Biafra, superstars, media.
My people, my Biafran people, now how on a day, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending from where you listen to the sound of my voice. This is the Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say may God bless Biafra, and may God bless His Excellency Ojy Okpe Kanu. May God bless His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, His Excellency ESN Ekpa Simon Njoku, for the job Simon is doing. Simon, I want to say we thank you, we appreciate you, we love you, because we know in your hands Biafra is safe, in your hands Biafra is coming, and in your hands, when Biafra comes, the people of the Biafra will rejoice. My fellow Biafrans, today I want to be firm on this statement that the so-called livestock agency or ministry is DOA when it comes to Biafra land. It is dead on arrival when it comes to Biafra land. We don't want to see any such thing known as livestock or dead stock in the land of Biafra, because we know it's all gimmicks. They have seen the resources in the land of Biafra and they are playing all sorts of tricks. What the great fella called government magic, I believe. Government magic. They are doing everything to get the livestock close to your resources in the land of Biafra. And before you know it, once they spot out or do a map up of all the resources in the land of Biafra, the federal government will now say they own the land. And before you know it, they'll be building their so-called projects, government projects in the land of Biafra. So we are saying, we know the games they are playing. They came with Ruga, we say no to Ruga. Now they are coming with livestock or dead stock ministry. I have heard from our Prime Minister, he said it will not be entertained. They should squash the idea when it comes to Biafra land. You can do what you want to do with the North. You can do what you want to do in those places, those other places that love it. Those that believe in tribalism and they want to go ahead with their president. Go and do you. You do you. Let the dead bury the dead. Give what belongs to Caesar, and to God, to God. In the same vein, I will say, give what belongs to Nigeria, and to Biafra. Today, I want to speak on our sister, Ojy Okpe, who also broke the news. But I'm not happy the way they broke the news, because they came and they were trying to laugh about it. They were making a mockery of it like it was a joke. This is the problem with the Zoo media. There is fire on the mountain, but they are pretending like what is happening is a joke. So let us take it back and watch the way they presented it. And I'll make sure I expose the weakness of their argument and their approach to this news about livestock ministry. You already have a ministry of agriculture. You don't need a livestock ministry, because your livestock, they are under the umbrella of agriculture. So your ministry of so-called agriculture should be able to deal with anything with your livestock, your dev-stock, your farm produce, and the rest of them. So my people, sit back and relax and hear the way the Zoo media, they presented their argument. If you are with me, let's go. Listen.
Let's begin what's trending by taking reactions to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's approval of the creation of a new ministry for livestock development. The president made the announcement on Tuesday as he inaugurated the Renewed Hope Livestock Reform Implementation Committee at the State House in Abuja and announced himself as the chairman.
Hold on. First of all, he did not launch any so-called Renewed Hope agenda when it comes to livestock. It was the head of the Mietala that demanded a livestock ministry. That was demanded in the month of June, and suddenly in July, your president, they are now declaring the formation of a livestock ministry. I keep saying it. Wherever the Fulani Kaba they go, the other people in Nigeria, they follow. Just last month, Mietiala, they said in fact, they demanded, not even asked, they demanded, they said, we want, not we need, we want a livestock ministry. On the 23rd of June, if my memory serves me right, and suddenly, what you are hearing from your president is to now own the idea, to speak as if he's now the one coming up with the idea of a livestock. And he even made himself the chairman. I keep telling you guys about the bully in the classroom. The analogy of the bully in the classroom. They are all scared of the bully. The only boy who fights the bully, they are scared to support that boy to beat up the bully. No, they will turn around and attack the boy who has the power to fight that bully. The bully in the classroom. Wherever the cabal they go, the other Nigerians they follow. Listen, continue.
Stop the recurring clashes between herders and farmers, which has resulted in the destruction of lives and property across the country.
I'm here before you to inaugurate a committee for the implementation of livestock reform in our beloved country. I assume the chairmanship of the committee as the president, and appoint Professor Tanu Jaga as my deputy, co-chair, and as Dr. Baduji, we say thank you, just remove yourself, so that any taint of politics in this environment will be erased completely. This is not about politics. This is about opportunity. This is about our nation.
All right, Rufai, Dr. Bati, even by, I know this was your first talk, but of course, Nigerians have reacted. And I think while I was going through social media, I was seeing a lot of rejection. But let me take some tweets. This is from...
Now listen to those making their commentary. When I tell you that Nigeria, the fundamental problem with Nigeria are the politicians and tribalism. You guys don't understand it. The reason why Nigeria cannot work in the next 2 million years is the politicians and tribalism. You guys don't get it. Now listen to what Ojy Okpe will break down. The yearsayers. You will see how contrasting their views are. Listen. Listen, this is where I want to start the analysis. Why we must leave that zoo called Nigeria, because tribalism, nepotism, and red tapism is the problem. Your politicians, they are the icing on the cake. Why Nigeria will not work for the next 200 years? If you're with me, let's go there. Listen.
Let's begin what's trending.
Take it back.
This is about opportunity. This is about our nation.
All right, Rufai, Dr. Bati, even by, I know this was your first talk, but of course, Nigerians have reacted. And I think while I was going through social media, I was seeing a lot of rejection. But let me take some tweets. This is from Lord Charles, who wrote, "What is the justification or urgency behind this creation of a ministry for livestock development? What's so important that the directorate under the Ministry of Agriculture can't handle?" Well, Okpeyemi wrote, "Ministry of Livestock is important. Livestock is the bedrock for more than 10 million SMEs."
Boom! Listen now. Listen to this one on analysis. Unfortunately, a Yoruba girl or boy, Okpeyemi, I don't want to believe those who are fighting for Yoruba nation, they will be part of this. I exempt them from this person who is speaking. This one has the bloodstream, the bloodline of the Afonjas. Let us hear what she said, then I'll break it down. Continue.
Employs more than 20 million Nigerians across its entire value chain, A dedicated livestock ministry is crucial for this government as it ensures food security, manages livestock production for stable food supply and byproducts, eggs and milk. 3. Boost economy, livestock sector, contributes significantly to GDP and creates jobs. Promotes sustainable development, oversees responsible livestock practices, minimizes environmental impact, supports livelihoods. Crucial for many farmers, especially in rural areas. I am a livestock farmer and I need government to provide the infrastructure and access to pivot. That's a farmer, Rufai.
Do you see how she went and said, oh, the livestock, ministry. In fact, it is the best thing since sliced bread. She was glorifying it, saying she's a livestock farmer. She forgets that the idea behind this thing, the brain behind it, is not the president's. It came from Miet Yala on the 23rd of June last month. Oh my God! In less than a month. Within 2 weeks timeline, a ministry is formed. And now the coward in the class, being scared of the bully, they've done what they know how to do best. Oh yes, it's a good idea, my God. This is the best thing. It is good for the economy, for the GDP. We are looking at livestock. It's going to be great to have this and that. God, the bully in the classroom. The bully in the classroom. When they speak, others they follow. I've seen where a bully speak and these kids can join their hand and beat up this bully and solve their nightmare once and for all. But they won't do it. The only child in the class who is ready to stand face to face, head on with the bully. The other ones, they will join hand with the bully and castigate that child. They laugh at him, they attack him, even though they are all scared of the bully. Look at what this person is saying here. Okpe, she's supporting livestock ministry. An agenda bettered by Miet Yala. This is why I was talking about the complexity of tribalism. Britain did not understand what they were doing when they were forming that country called Nigeria. The amalgamation, that's our only, mistake, is that Lord Lugard did not understand the complexities. Because in most cases, the men they send down here, they are not vast in terms of their intelligence or knowledge about the African culture or history. You see, so there is no way that country can work. You've seen somebody putting a keg of gunpowder under a building and you're saying, oh, that's very, very good though, it will create light. We are in darkness. Whenever it blows, explodes, there will be light everywhere. We shall enjoy and have, light. She's calling the fire after the explosion light. She's saying she'll be able to use this girl, Okpeyemi. She's saying she can use the light to cook rice, to cook yam. Not seeing the idea behind the gunpowder under the building is to collapse the building, by those who are living in the building, destroy the building, reduce the foundation level of that building, and also destroy the integrity of that building. Create more like a loophole in the building. She's not saying it there. She said, oh, it's a good idea. When you have the gunpowder under the building, even sometimes some rats that are living under the building, when it explodes, the rat, the cat, the dog, the mice, the ants, they will also die. The cockroach, they will die. So it is a good thing to have the keg of gunpowder under the building. That's a metaphorical expression of what is about to come to Nigeria. They asked for Ruga. They asked for Ruga and you all refused. The problem with you guys is this. I will take you back to history. In the year 1999, the members of the Fulani oligarchs, those they call the cabal, they requested from Obasanjo. They said they wanted Sharia law. I will quote them. I will quote Obasanjo verbatim, word for word. When that came to him, he was laughing and said, don't mind them. I will give them Sharia law. But I promise you, Sharia law will die a natural death. Within 6 months, it will die a natural death. Because when a case comes to Sharia law, to the Sharia court, when it comes to the court, they can always revert to the federal high court. And before you know it, the court of the land, the Supreme Court is supreme. And before you know it, the Sharia law will become null and void. That was the cowardice nature of the man you all respect now, Obasanjo, as a president. He was the one that put into law, he gave the assent to Sharia law in that zoo called Nigeria. Probably during his 8 years of rule, the impact of Sharia law was not really known. But now, you can now tell the impacts, where you now have Hizbah soldiers, Hizbah police everywhere. Drinking of alcohol is forbidden. Selling of alcohol is forbidden. Dressing loosely is forbidden. Why does it take tax from the center, from those who allow alcohol to be sold in their own states? The advent of blasphemy. Somebody thanked Jesus that she passed an exam. To them, it's a blasphemy and that person has to be pied. Those that pied that girl, oh my God, have mercy. We had the videos of them. We saw footage of them. They held the matches on camera saying, this is the matches. I burnt her alive. I am responsible. This is me. I did it for my God. She deserves it. We saw that live on camera. But nothing was done to them. Because what they did was legal according to the tenets of the Sharia law. So suddenly in a country, you claim to be one country, one nation, one Nigeria. Suddenly in your country, there is a place where they practice the Sharia law. And there is somewhere else where it's not practiced. Do you now get it? That's the complexity, the quagmire, the conundrum that Nigeria finds itself. And in this case now, you saw the first speaker said, why do you need livestock when you already have the Ministry for Agriculture? Why do you need livestock ministry? What's the meaning of that? But somebody else, because probably somebody from her tribe, quote unquote, is president. She went all the way to say livestock is a blessing. Having the ministry is the best thing to happen to Nigeria. I hope now you understand the dichotomy, the confusion, the conundrum that zoo finds herself. When they say Nigeria is sitting under a keg of gunpowder, sometimes you guys don't understand what's coming. That's why I'm saying my new lingo is give what belongs to Nigeria and to Biafra. Because from the 2nd of December, there will be no need for us to talk again. There will be no more need. We would have separated the chaff from the wheat. I would watch Una for television. Nigerian stories will now become my TV series episodes. I'll be watching you guys. Let's continue.
I know you said you disagree, but Obiari also tweeted. He wrote, the honest step President Tinubu and co. must take in their economic stabilization plan is to get the governors to ban open grazing, enforce it, and create 2,500 clusters of agro-pastoral centers governing 1.5 million hectares of land in the north.
Hold on. Can you hear from another perspective now? Now from an Igbo girl, Obiageli. She came with something, an argument that is more balanced. Ban the open grazing, because she knows that all the things you're talking about, the LCM, when you work all the mathematics, the answer always goes to open grazing. She knows that. The way the Ministry of Housing can claim any land to say that they own it through their FHA and the rest of them. That's the way the Ministry of this so-called Livestock can come and say, this land, though, it is good for livestock. So we are saying, we, the ministry, we are opening a livestock something here. Before you know it, they have changed the words from Ruga. And they've gone through the back door, through your livestock. Tinubu might not understand this now. He's thinking about his 2027 election. He's there thinking about 2027 election. Your politicians, they are thinking about the next election, not about the welfare and the well-being of the people that put them there, because the people by proxy did not put them there. It is tribalism, nepotism, and red tapism that put them there. Give what belongs to Caesar, and to God, to God. Give what belongs to Nigeria, and to Biafra, to Biafra. Time they come, when we have this Biafra, there will be a sit down where they will say, all the whole loans you took, oh yeah, now, since you're a brand new nation, come and divide and take your own percentage. Take the share of the costs. My Prime Minister, we shall quote them, give what belongs to Caesar, and to God. Because so far, all the fiscal policies, the expenditures done by the government, the federal government, they cannot be felt in the so-called Southeast. You see what they are doing all across the other regions. So when that time comes, once we've gotten our nation, because this one they are talking now is obiter dictum, out of point, Oyibo. When that time comes, my people, we shall not have time to discuss anything. If them like, make them take loan for our head. When the time comes, we shall open the book. So, okay, how much did you spend in the land of Biafra? Can you show us the proof? Because I know say from 2nd of December, church don't close. So now the discussion will now be, how much did you spend? You took all these billions of dollars as loans. With all due respect, we are paying nothing until we see a concrete evidence of your expenditure. Your government expenditure when it comes to the fiscal policies. We want to see what you did in the land of Biafra. And not only that, we will send in our own third-party assessors to go in there and assess the real costs. If you like, claim you spend 100 billion. We'll have a third-party person to come in to assess the real cost, analyze and say, no, the way this thing is looking this way, it's not something to write home about. My people, let's continue. Listen.
1, we cannot ensure food security under this kind of destructive atmosphere and brigandage. 2, these are people's farms and sweat being brazenly destroyed. 3, there is no reason under the earth for us to continue to coddle and accommodate this level of wickedness. Well, he posted a video along with this tweet. Let's take a listen to that video.
What we have is not farmers' headers clash. What we have is criminal terrorist invasion of farmland by terrorists and bandits masquerading as herdsmen.
Are you hearing it? Let's continue, please. Listen, because when we the Biafrans we say it, they say no, the Sabanek there, we are just saying it. The Zoom media, they will not play it. But when somebody is else speak on it, they play it. This man just said what they have, not what we have. What they have is not farmers and herders clash. Even the blind can see that the problem is not farmer and herders clash. Ah, God have mercy. Let's take it back a bit, please. Take it back a bit. Listen.
Ensure food security under this kind of destructive atmosphere.
Listen.
And bring a dad. 2, these are people's farms and sweat being brazenly destroyed. 3, there is no reason under the earth for us to continue to coddle and accommodate this level of wickedness. Well, he posted a video along with this tweet. Let's take a listen to that video.
What we have is not farmers herders clash. What we have is criminal terrorist invasion of farmland by terrorists and bandits masquerading as herdsmen. Anyway, that is by the way. Mr. President, we don't need Ministry of Livestock Development. We don't need any convoluted arrangement that panders to political correctness to fix this land. Proverbs 25 verse 5 says, if you surround a king with wicked men, no matter the good intention, the king will rule wickedly. But if you surround a king with men who are wise like Joseph, men who are wise and honest like Shadrach, Daniel, Meshach, and Abednego, the king will rule well, even if his intentions are not good. Let us stop this political correctness. Ban open grazing. By the reason of the Land Use Act, the governors control the land. Get them to ban open grazing and enforce it. There is no place in the whole same world where people are allowed to graze cows, sheep, goats, openly destroying crops of farmers. May God help you. May God help Nigeria. May God help each and every one of us in Jesus' name.
And may God, the God of Ojy Okpe, help Nigeria.
You see the way that man broke it down, but our sister here, she's still trying to laugh and make it sound funny. I understand, the media in Nigeria, they are not really free. The freedom of the press is not really present in Nigeria, which is why they are applying the same psychology of satire, cracking jokes, laughing, pretending like it's all sweet. There is fire on the mountain, but they are laughing, trying to make it sound more palatable. It's like someone, trying to take a tooth off, and they are giving you the Novocaine, that medication to ease the pain. Because if they say it the way it is, their TV station might be locked up. So I understand to an extent. But what I don't get is that when it comes to the story of Biafrans, you will see the way these same people who are laughing now, oh my God, oh my God, Ojy Okpe, people who are laughing now, they will now start acting tough, speaking on how they love their military. God bless their military. My God. Hey, different strokes for different folks. Different strokes for different folks. The only time they get tough is when the thing has to do with we the Biafrans. Which is why we are saying it is DOA, open grazing or livestock ministry. If you like, call them livestock, dead stock, farm stock, any stock you want, call them. It is DOA, dead on arrival in the land of Biafra. My PM has spoken, and I re-echo the words of our Prime Minister. It's not something that will be tolerated in the land of Biafra. I re-echo the words of His Excellency Obatobie Agune Chamber, Wakoma, a good man. My PM, Mazi Ekpa Simon and Joko. You said they should banish the idea. They should squash that idea. Don't even think about it when it comes to the land of Biafra. Because we know that now our land, 9 and day after more, they've seen what is in that land. When they were taking loan from China, you guys don't know what, in fact, you guys don't understand. Look at in Senegal, Akon was giving billions of dollars to build a city in Senegal. He was being very, very stupid. In fact, let me not insult him. Let me not insult him. The Chinese, They saw the place they wanted to build a so-called mega city. But they needed somebody from that land, somebody from that country. So they went to Akon and gave him loan to build something more like an agent. He's more like a partnership. He's not the owner. Nobody will give you money for free. The Chinese, they are not for that Christmas. The location that that boy is building that stuff, 20 years from now, where they'll pay him off. Say, okay, you have built this thing now, want to pay you off. You'll now become just a normal, board member. Just, somebody to be there. Have the face, but you have nothing else as a stockholder in this thing. Your stocks are gone, but we have paid you off, but we want you to be the face of this estate in Senegal. The same thing they want to do through backdoor. The zoo government, they've gone to take loan from China. China has come to scan the whole resources. They know what we have in the land, and now they are going to the cabal because Britain told the cabal they are born to rule. So whatever they are doing has to come through the cabal. Britain or China, any third party has to go through the cabal. And they know what we have in the land. When Buhari was there, they were stubborn. They were saying, Ruga, Ruga, Ruga. There is a route. There is a grazing route. Go back to the history. There used to be an old grazing route. And Buhari tried to reopen those routes with the power of the government. Then they came with Ruga and some governors, Peter Mba and the rest of them. Dave Umahi, while he was the governor of Ebonyi State, Hope Uzodinma till this time, they gave those guys loans or lands for Ruga. Even though there's a pushback from the people, the cabal has one up because at least they have some lands in the land of Biafra. But they still want more because the resource is too much. And now they're coming with this nonsense they call livestock. Within 2 weeks, they mentioned it on the 23rd of June, if my memory serves me right, that they wanted a livestock ministry. Hi, God, my God, have mercy. Back in the days, they used to have what they call Wazobia. Wazobia, Wa for Yoruba, Zo for Hausa, Bia for Igbo. Now the Hausas, they have been relegated to the backside. The Biafrans, we are trying to leave, but the other people, they are still holding us back because they have love for the cabal. They are scared of the cabal. And they know if the Biafrans leave, the next weak guy in class, the next quiet guy in class will be the one the bully will not pick on. So they want to keep the Biafrans in Nigeria by any means because they are scared of the cabal. I've seen it play out when we were in primary school, all those things, it was happening. There will be a bully that failed class twice. He is now in your class. He is older than everybody. He will now be beating somebody. And the other people will have to now be laughing at the boy they are beating. Just so that the bully will now see them as part of his friends. Ah, God. One person will be the person they are picking up all the time. They pick up on that boy every time. The boy is writing his book. They slap him in the ear. When the boy turns back, they are all laughing at him. They pretend. Oh, Lord have mercy. Biafrans, if we allow this thing to come to our land, well, those in the land, those in Biafra land, my people, my Biafran people in Biafra land, if we not allow una governor bring this thing come before the 2nd of December, okay, Because technically, we have to first, follow all the due process. We are doing our voting and everything from the 2nd of December. Now from then, that's when, after the outcome of the result of the voting, that's when we'll start saying, okay, the people want this to happen, and it will happen. Nobody, no government, no country can now oppose us. Everything is due process. You must follow due process. So let us just pray to God from now till the 2nd of December. Let the crisis of that zoo called Nigeria not take over our head from now till the 2nd of December. That's the prayer I want everyone to be praying. That the God of Biafra will keep on guiding the land until the 2nd of December. Once the result is read out, the voting outcome of the referendum is read out, then the whole world will now bear us witness. During that time, we shall now officially be in charge. Let's continue. Just watch the way our sister Ojy Okpe, she's laughing, she's smiling. Watch the way she smiles. Just watch.
I know that you said, can you allow me? No, not really. But this is a serious topic. Yes. Dr. Abati, I know you want to speak, but also just add in the fact that, there's that call for open grazing, which has always been in the front burner about governors banning open grazing. I know the stories.
Now, what is the background to this? Some Nigerians are insisting that open grazing is a right of certain Nigerians. They are saying that this country used to have grazing rights and reserves. Now, I think that, this issue that has been on the table since is what President Tinubu is responding to. President Tinubu, I said earlier on, should not respond to blackmail. No law should be made in this country to serve the interests of persons or a particular group, number one. That would be a prescription for chaos if we go in that direction. Number two is that the people who are blackmailing President Tinubu, they have brought up this open grazing, they have brought up Samoa agreement, they have brought up political appointments, so the president is probably under pressure. The president should be reminded that in 1969, there was a ruling by Justice Adewale Thompson on the subject of open grazing at the Abeokuta Division of the High Court, AB 28/26. That was the citation for that case, where Justice Thompson ruled that open grazing cannot be allowed. You cannot say people should go and fence round. So they are talking about grazing reserves. They will have issues with land.
Ruben Abati, all this one are grammar. All this grammar, my brother, forget them. They don't care about your grammar. All this why you are blowing grammar, this constitution, this case, this story. You are citing cases for those who don't care. They don't care, my brother. They don't care. Don't be intellectual on this one. They don't care. You must speak in a language they understand. I understand you guys, you are in the media with all due respect. I understand that. But don't expect them, to follow you up in your intellectual discussion. Nigeria, man. This is not grammar. Yeah? Oh, God. There is fire on the mountain. You are blowing grammar. Ruben Abati, there is fire on the mountain. You they blow grammar. Okay, continue.
We have issues with grazing. Now, since it's going to be a ministry of livestock, and Tinubu says they have a livestock transformation plan, I said earlier on, are they going to also allow pig grease in all parts of Nigeria? People who want to produce pork meat. The people of South who want to sell dog meat. Are they, this grazing livestock ministry, is it also going to accommodate them? Because you cannot set up a whole ministry to serve the interests of just one group. People who want to...
Now this man is talking. But I understand he's being careful because he's in the media. But now he understands it. Livestock Dead stock, it doesn't matter. Stock na stock. You see, so when you're saying livestock, it shouldn't be only cow alone or goat and sheep. No. Livestock is beyond that. The chicken, the rabbit, the grass cutter. Everything goes. The pig. Oh, my God. Hey. Nigeria. God. Oh, my God. Hey. Nigeria. Hey, God. Who doing this thing? This kind of fear, where did it come from? This kind of fear. Even the white man that made you, they called you Wazobia. One for Yoruba, Zo for Hausa, Bia for Igbo. Now, a fourth party, an interloper, an intruder, a stranger, a drifter, somebody who came from a foreign land, a stranger amongst you have come to your land and dwelled, and he's stealing the land, buying the people, and you are here panicking. This was what those young soldiers, they saw in 1966. This is what they saw. And in the bid to solve the problem, because the ones that they were bold amongst them were from the eastern region. You now turned it around to say it is an Igbo coup. That was when the bully in the class now turned around and say, let me put the blame on this one. The others will join me and attack that one. Nigeria. God. This problem can be solved in less than 2 weeks. This problem in that zoo can be solved in less than 2 weeks. But sometimes you just wonder, what's really going on? What in the name of God is really happening in that zoo? What's really going on? Man, you see, free money is a curse. Free money is a curse. I keep saying that oil in our land has been a blessing and a curse to us. The oil flowing in the land of Biafra right now is a curse to us and a blessing to those who Britain told they were born to rule. And when something is a curse to your land, when the resources is a curse to the people, when the resources is bringing havoc, death, sorrow, and tears to the people, and that same resources is not being controlled by the people, then why in the name of God are we allowing that resources to still be in the land and flow through the land to the other places? God. Make una thank God to say Nnamdi Kanu is a gentleman. I keep saying it. Nnamdi Kanu, he is the most nicest amongst us. I'll keep it there. He is the most nicest leader amongst us. I've checked his pedigree. When it's ready to go all out, those around him, they will cajole him and say, please, don't do this, see you. Those around him, those they call the DOS, IPOB Nigeria Limited, those around him, they will cajole him and say, please. But I thank God for Simon Ekpa. I thank God for our Prime Minister, His Excellency, Mazi Ekpa, Simon Njoko. Because Simon is different. People around him cannot compel him into doing something else. He does what's in his mind. Oh man, no, because I just don't get it. The problem with the Biafrans right now is that oil, because the people, the other peoples, as they say, the peoples there, the other tribes, the other kingdom, they don't like us, they don't love us, they don't need us. When we are doing well, doing business, they get angry. When we make money, they get angry. When we are building edifices, doing businesses in their land, they get angry. They claim they believe in one Nigeria, but when the Biafrans are practicing one Nigeria, they get angry. They say the Igbos, they call us names. The only reason why they are still standing us is because the resources, that black oil, that black gold, comes from the land of Biafra. I know. If the resources can dry up tonight, Biafrans will be allowed to leave tomorrow as early as 7 a.m. That'll be the end of Nigeria. They don't love us. They just love what is underneath us. It's like a man who is patronizing a prostitute. He doesn't really love that woman. It's just that pleasure that he gets. And to him, it's a transaction. I pay some money, I get a pleasure, and I'm done. There is no friendship. There is no mutual understanding, no affection, no affinity. It's just a transaction. That's the way they see us in Nigeria. That to an extent, they called the resources coming from the land of Biafra, they called it a national cake. I mean, which government will speak that way? Look at their lingo, look at their language. National cake. What do you do with the cake? You share the cake, you eat the cake, and it's up to you to thank, the person that made that cake. Is up to you. But your job, once you see that cake, is to share and eat it. They call the resources from Biafra land national cake. But the revenue from Zamfara state, the gold from Zamfara state, till this day, no one has been given account of how much they are making. Not even a penny, a dime, a kobo, a naira of gold sold can come into the government as revenues. Think about that. Their own, not their own. Our own belongs to Nigeria. But their gold belongs to them. But the oil of the Biafrans belongs to Nigeria. Lord, man. God, have mercy. Have mercy, O Lord. Nnamdi Kanu is a very good man. Very, very soft. I'm surprised they even, they are still holding him. They should know that those after him are the real problem. Those after him are the real problem. Nnamdi Kanu is a very good man. He's very pragmatic. He's very meticulous in his approach. Things he should have done in the 11th hour, he will turn around and change his mind. Because those around him, they pressurize him. Oh, man, God. You guys don't know. You guys don't know what's coming. I swear to God. You guys don't know what is coming. You guys don't know what's coming. If you know what is coming, by now, you will release Nnamdi Kanu, send him to Finland, to stay in Finland and discuss with Simon Ekpa. You guys don't know what's coming. Simon, Adjoya, Airborne, Airborne, I salute you. We appreciate you. You're doing a good job. I rest my case. I ain't got time to be listening to this guy speak. All they do is talk the good talk. All they do is talk the good talk. They are blowing the grammar for people that don't understand grammar. People are coming for your land to take over your land. You are there, you are blowing grammar. Just like the man they call Afonja. He went into a partnership with the cabal. And to soften things up, they gave him a Fulani woman to marry. And he assumed he has arrived. They gave him a light-skinned Fulani woman to marry. He went into partnership. This same thing they're doing now. Land. He gave them land. They were now encroaching. He now went to discuss it. What is going on now? We agreed. Don't cross that land, that side now. We agreed. And just like the man who came from Germany that was doing farm in Yoruba land, and he was spied by the headsman. The Sariki in that land where Chief Sunday Igbo came from. That propelled Chief Sunday Igbo to do what he did. The same way that man that came from Germany doing farm in Yoruba land was spied. When some headsmen came with cow eating his crop, he went to report them at the Sariki, and in that spot they spied him. The same thing happened to Afonja. These people were complaining. These people are going to our land, they are taking over our land, they are buying us in the night. Strangers coming to our land to buy us. Afonja had enough of that nonsense. He went to discuss with the emir. And that was where he met his water 100. His water went 100 there. He met his Waterloo when he went to discuss with the emir, with the caliphate. Today, when you look at Ilorin, there's an emir there. That country has changed, or that state has changed from a Yoruba land to something else. Before I go, I want to speak to my Yoruba brothers. Those in the Yoruba nation, be careful. Be careful what you ask for. You must stand upright. You must be firm. Because people will judge you based on your action now and probably what you do in 8 years' time if you still choose to remain in Nigeria. But now you are backpedaling. You are taking it soft. Because somebody who claims he's your kingsman is in power. You are backpedaling. You are taking your time. You are dilly-dallying. You are being slow. You are observing. You are watching. You are just watching, observing. If you keep on observing for 8 years, because this guy, I saw those billboards. 2027, I saw it. I saw those political billboards in Abuja for 2027 election. This is how those people think. For them, it's all about the next election. Not how to build, empower, build the capabilities of the next generation. They don't believe in that because Nigeria is not a nation. It is a contraption. Grab what you can now. Grab what you can now and nobody will stop you. As long as you are from, So today I'm speaking to the Yorubas. Be careful because we don't draw a line. We say there will be no so-called livestock ministry in the land of Biafra. I am yet to hear from the spokesperson of the Yoruba nation, the stakeholders. I want to hear your stance because if you don't speak now, it might be harder for you guys to speak 8 years from now. Although I know we the Biafrans, by proxy, as we are living on the 2nd of December by God's grace, God willing, you guys will also, by proxy, exit that so-called Nigeria. But all I'm saying is, if by mistake, your rulers, your leaders, those you call your leaders, they still remain while we leave. Because our own now, it's a matter of months. For we the Biafrans, it is now a matter of months. We are counting months. Less than 6 weeks. 2nd of December is less than 6 weeks. It's a matter of months for us. So I hope you guys will take a stand now. Because if you don't take a stand now, after 8 years, a Fulani man will be in power again. And then they will see you guys as not being, fair. Because they'll say, while your man was there, you said nothing. Now that he has spent 8 years, you are now shouting that you want to leave? I want to call on Koiki Media, the spokesman of Chief Sunday Igboho. Make sure this get to the desk of Chief Sunday Igboho, because there's fire on the mountain. There are different ways to skin a cat. They came with the old graze roots. They came with Ruga. They came with open grazing. And now they have come legally through the might of the government. Within 2 weeks, they demanded for a ministry of livestock. And in less than 2 weeks, your brother succumbed and gave them their heart desires. Not only that, he said he is the chairman, a figurehead. They will just be laughing, say, we don't get them now. Now income. We don't get them now. We don't get them where we want them now. It don't land. That's why I'm speaking to you. Because we are good neighbors. We the Biafrans, we are good neighbors. We are always being fair. We've been fair. Even in our analysis. When you hear what that girl said in her analysis, she said it there. The ban of open grazing. She went to open grazing and she called a spade. But the other girl, Okpe, was saying, oh, livestock is a good thing. No, we thank God for livestock. Oh, it will help. The economy will be great for SMEs. And in fact, I'm a livestock person. Look at where your own sister was going. Okpe was pandering to the cabal. Because deep inside, she's scared. She's trembling in her boots. And like in the story of the bully in the classroom, she feels the best thing to do is to pander towards the cabal. To pander. There's fire on the mountain. And she's pandering. She said, oh, it is good now. The fire is there. It's good. It's a substitute for NEPA. For NEPA, there is no light. So with the fire on the mountain, it's a good thing. The whole compound is bright now. The kids can play outside. There is fire on the mountain. And she's pretending. She's talking the good talk. Hey, Lord have mercy. I rest my case. For those who have ears, let them hear. For those who have ears, let them hear. From me, from here, for now, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I remain yours truly, Biafra, Superstars Media. God bless you. I'm out of here. Yeah. Check me out. Superstars Media. Lord Lugard, Bloomington, Lord Lugard, and it's wild flora show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation. Ever since annihilation, nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Oduduwa, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.